Hello nursing students, my name is Jeff Rosedale. I'm the director at the library at Manhattanville. I'm going to show you today a couple of examples on how to complete an assignment that involves finding an individual research study in nursing published within the last 5 years, conducted in the United States, with one author that is a nurse. And I just want to tell you from the start, this is a little harder than it sounds. You should allow about an hour to find some articles with all of these criteria because that's a lot of criteria to satisfy. First thing I'm going to show you is from your Brightspace course, you can get to our nursing guide from the student support menu. You're going to find this library guide link in any of your nursing Brightspace courses. And then when you do that, you should land on the nursing guide, which looks like this. So once from this guide, you're going to search databases to find articles. And click on the nursing databases. I'm going to show you two today. One is called CINAHL and the other is called ScienceDirect. CINAHL is easiest for this assignment because it has filters that work with the criteria that your instructors are requiring. If you click on this link and you're off campus, you may be required to log in with your Manhattanville ID and password. I'm searching on campus, so it shoots me right in. So I'm going to try searching diabetic neuropathy today. And then I'm going to go to advanced search. And that's where you're going to find these filters that are going to help you narrow your search to what you need. You're going to use a research article. You're going to use any author is a nurse. And you're going to use within the past 5 years. That's pretty slick because it allows your search to narrow down to just those criteria that your instructor is requesting. And notice how few hits you get. You only get 10 hits out of an entire database. That's why it can take a while to find articles that fit everything that you want. And what you find is that the filters aren't even as good as they say they are. Because here you've got something in Portuguese, maybe it's from Portugal or Brazil. These names, you can tell these folks are from Turkey, which doesn't really do it for what you're looking for. So you've got to get to an article 8 out of 10 before you even find one that actually meets your criteria. And in this case, to actually get the article is even a teeny bit tricky. You notice it doesn't give you the PDF right here. So you're going to click on this Find It at MVille, click Search, and View Full Text. And you finally get to the article. And it's only at this stage that you can actually see, yes, this person is an RN. So this, and it's from the VA, so it's a United States study within the past 5 years. One author is a nurse. That's one hit that meets your requirements, okay? But CINAHL is great because it has all those filters that gets you right to the things that your instructor wants you to find. Now, let's say that you want to try, you didn't find enough articles in CINAHL. This happens a lot. The number one reason is that maybe your topic is too narrow. So make sure your topic is broad, because for this assignment, when you have all of those criteria that you have to meet, if your topic is too narrow, you might find no articles at all that meets all those criteria. So you have to think broadly for this particular assignment. Not too many search words, pretty common topic that comes up a lot in nursing. That's my recommendation. And even so, you might not find all the articles you need. So you might use a different database. I like ScienceDirect. So ScienceDirect doesn't have all the filters that CINAHL has, but it has lots and lots of studies. So I'm going to do medication compliance. 10,000 articles. Gee, that's a lot. Maybe now this one doesn't have a lot of the filters, so I'm going to go ahead and use United States as a search term in this database. So I'm down to 3,600. Now in this database, they all work a little differently. In order to do last 5 years, I have to tell it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I've got last 5 years, down to 800 or so. Now I want research articles. Now I'm down to 400. And now I want nursing. 51. So you'll see that that's the way to get towards what you want. Even so, you're going to get different kinds of things. You might get meta-analysis, which is not an individual study. You can't use that for this assignment. There's all sorts of possibilities why something wouldn't fit these criteria that your instructors want. But I think this Alexa article actually looks pretty good. RN, author, we've got United States, and it's within past 5 years. So it is possible to meet these criteria, but if it's taking you a while, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It can be a fair amount of going through your search results to find the specific articles that meet all your criteria. So what I'm going to tell you now is how to get help. If you're struggling with this and you're not finding enough things after following these instructions, try it first using the databases in this list. The ones I recommend are, as I was saying, CINAHL, Science Direct, maybe Sage, maybe ProQuest Central. Those are probably the ones I would use for this assignment. In order to get help, you can, from the library homepage, there's this little chat bubble thing. You can actually start a chat. During our service hours, the librarian's waiting there for you on chat. Of course, you can always walk right over to the library and pop over to the library service desk and ask your questions to the librarian on duty. Regular business hours, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday, and noon to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Or you can give us a call, 914-323-5275. So I hope this has given you a good start, and look forward to helping you complete this assignment.